What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay, and this phone has quickly become one of my favorites. In this video, I wanted to give you my impressions after about 4 days or so, probably a little bit longer, but I think I put the unboxing up a little while ago, but I've been actually using this, and it's really good, man. I want to start with something that I think is really important on this phone is the cameras. Now I want to zoom a little bit here so you can see this camera setup is actually really sweet. Not the way it looks. I'm talking about the wide angle shots the wide angle lenses on here. One's a 16 megapixel with the wide angle, and the other one is a 20 with the wide angle. More importantly, you can shoot 4K at 60 FPS with this phone, and I think that is one of the best options of these cameras. It takes great photos too. The front camera is actually pretty sweet too. It's a 16 megapixel, also with the wide lens on there. And the camera quality that you get from here and the camera footage is just ridiculously good. Most people who use cell phones today, they just do a lot of social media, and social media is important amongst the masses. So being able to record at those high frame rates like that and those high quality photos that you get from the OnePlus is really good. I like this label with the watermark on the OnePlus photos because they're actually really solid. No problems at all. Cameras, very solid. Now, battery life is something that I think is really important, because I've gotten some great battery life from this phone. Let me show you a screenshot. Well, I'll just post it up. I got a screenshot that I can post up where I got 38 hours on a charge and 6 hours and 16 minutes of screen on time with 9% left. The reason that's good is because I prefer not to be on the charger in a 24-hour time frame, and this phone went 38 hours off the charger. Has a 3,300 milliamp hour battery inside, and I credit that to it being powered by Android Pie. Now, there is actually a little bit of a skin over Android Pie with them, but a lot of people really can't tell because you can customize OnePlus devices so much, people just can't really tell that there's a skin there. But I can tell because, you know, the icons are different. This is Icon Pack, and they have little OnePlus tweaks in here, like the community is in there, and little OnePlus transfer things. Just little things are here that, you know, you got notes, those things are there, but it's not really, I don't consider it to be spam. I think this phone is absolutely blazing fast because of the 8 gigs of RAM and because of Android Pie mainly. This thing just blows past daily tasks like nothing. At any given time, I probably have 4 to 6 gigs of RAM free. Absolutely just ridiculous. So I know the OnePlus 6T is coming in 2 days. And I will have the OnePlus 6T, so you look for that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But this phone has a Snapdragon 845 inside. The camera system on here is the exact same that's on the OnePlus 6T. But some differences, the reason I grabbed this is because this phone has a headphone jack, and that gets old now, but it has to be addressed. It has a headphone jack, and I think that's important. The OnePlus 6T doesn't have one. It doesn't mean that it's unimportant, but it's just that this is the same phone pretty much. They changed the top, and this area right here, you can turn it off if you want to. I just leave it on because it doesn't really bother me like you would think it would. It's not as bad as what one would think, man. See how it's off right there? You know, it's actually, I've gotten so used to it that I have to leave it on because I think it's filling up everything. And also, when you watch YouTube videos with the notch off, it cuts off a part of the screen. It looks super weird, man. Another thing is I've gotten used to the gestures because of the Pixel 3. The Pixel 3 got me used to the gestures. It really did, man. The iPhone started it, and the Pixel 3 confirmed it and just sealed the deal for me. Now I can use gestures on a phone like nothing. It's just a cakewalk for me now. I've gotten used to it. However, I don't know. Sometimes I want to turn them back on. You can go in there and you can adjust it. You go into buttons and gestures, and then you go into navigation, and you can turn them on right here. That's something that you can do. You can have those on, but you still get all the swipe functionality and everything. But I've gotten used to the gestures. They have definitely grown on me. They have grown on me so much. So camera setup is sweet. Battery is ridiculous. You know, the phone is blazing fast. I got to tell you, dash charging is really fast. That's not something that you haven't heard already, but dash charging is really fast. You know, and a side note here, literally on the side, This thing right here. I wish all Android phones had an alert slider. It is so convenient, man. It is convenient. Check this out. Ring, vibrate, silent. Just like that. That is convenient. I really enjoy that. That's important to me too. Very important. It's important. That's just how it is. So this is, this doesn't have wireless charging. It doesn't have an IP rating, but the price is right. Now I'm saying, so check the link in the description. Speaking of price, the original link I got this for was $4.99. I think it's down to $4.79, folks. All colors. Now, speaking of colors, I got, what I consider the boss up ultimate OnePlus 6, the amber red. This is totally subjective, but folks, the amber red is a boss. Straight up and down boss. It is a boss of all bosses for the colors on phones. This thing is crazy nice. I'm loving it, man. Loving it. It's a boss. I love the black and red setup. I think this is where phones should be. Black front and whatever color back. If it's a white back, give it a white front. But predominantly these black with the red looks great. It looks sick. Now this phone right here is back on the bigger side. And I've gotten used to my Pixel. My Pixel 3 has gotten me used to having that one-handed use. This phone right here, I have to switch back to the two-handed use every now and then. But it's not a bad thing. This phone is so gorgeous, man. I don't think there's any OnePlus device that I've technically reviewed. I don't think I've ever disliked anything about it. The screen, gorgeous. I just wish that OnePlus will up the ante on the screens. Go to 1440p. Give it at least that. Some people feel like they're gonna have to raise the price $200. I don't think so, because there's plenty of phones out there that don't cost don't cost $1,000 to have a 2K display or 1440p. I'm sorry. So, honestly, this is a complete phone for me. Only thing is the size. I'm getting used to having the Pixel 3 size, and but I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because obviously I have a bunch of big phones, but after carrying the Pixel 3 for so long, this phone feels huge, and I got big hands. But it's not a big phone. Just got to get that effect going back in my mind. And this phone is complete, folks. Every OnePlus that I've reviewed, I feel like they knocked it out the box. Straight up. So if you can grab this phone, man, get it. Get it. You don't have to wait on the OnePlus 6T. Yeah, I know the OnePlus 6T is pretty much this phone. So this is what I'm talking about. The OnePlus 6T has the same 10 nanometer chip. It has the same Snapdragon 845. It has Android Pie, just like this phone. The one major difference is that phone is going to have Gorilla Glass 6. This one has Gorilla Glass 5. Folks, it's still going to scratch. It's still going to break. Straight up and down. Same camera setup. Literally the same thing. Everything's the same. Bluetooth 5.0, everything. This one, though, has a fingerprint reader on the back, which is something we all know and love. They both have the facial recognition that's going to be blazing fast. This facial recognition is fast. Like ridiculously fast. Like stupid fast. It's really fast. And the 6T is going to have it. The fingerprint is in the screen on the 6T. That's different. They both come with that 20-watt charger. This has 3,300 milliamps for the battery. The 6T has 3,700. I don't know if anything's different. Oh, this one costs a little bit less. Other than that, this one is supposed to be rated as far as loudspeaker a little bit louder, but I don't know about that. That's subjective too to me. This is a good phone, folks, and I'm happy that I got it. But what I will tell you is that this is a complete phone. It's a complete phone. OnePlus didn't send me this. You know I bought it. And check those links in the description so you can get yours. Every color should still be available. It's your man Jay. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.